a sudden, they were able to take a lead. Listen, this is what the Dodgers do. It doesn't matter where they are in the lineup. If you continue to give them outs, especially late in ball games, they're going to continue to capitalize.
How many times have we seen on this great Dodger run they've been on the last several years, when an inning when they're behind starts with a great at-bat, walk? Will Smith, great job getting on, passing the baton. Kim does a great job passing the baton. Miggy Rowe, I feel you, brother. I know you've been banged up the last couple weeks. Of course, he comes in to pitch hit. He gets hit by a pitch, but you're on base. Shohei Ohtani, understanding, trying to shoot that hole because tries to get an RBI or maybe a hit, but if he does pull it and they try to turn to with his speed, they can't do it. He's on base with this hustle. Mookie Betts, I know he's scrapping right now. He's not locked in, but is able to get a sac fly, and I love the ambush by Freddie Freeman. It doesn't matter if it's a fastball or a breaking ball. He ambushed that first pitch, strike, rocket off the wall.
It's fun to watch them when they all start to fire at all cylinders, and it felt like, we talked about it in the pregame show, they split the series. All of a sudden, the Show Rocks feel like, hey, we can still win in their own house. Right. Oh, no. This is a talented, really experienced group, and these are the champs. They show why they're the world champs, and they show why they're the defending world champs.
I feel like we're at a Jerry Springer show in 1999.
When you skipped school and you showed up without your parents knowing.
Sorry, Mom.
Let's send it upstairs. Check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Eric Karros.
Comeback victory number 18 for the Dodgers this year, EK, and it all comes down to that 4-run 7th inning. And the Dodgers, bottom of the order, has been terrific all year. Another example of that tonight, and then the little things at the top.
Right. The thing about it is they didn't quit, and they battled, and a couple walks, a hit by pitch. Before you know it, you got Shohei up at the plate. I think the thing about that inning, though, for me, Shohei, as Freddie mentioned, beating out a double play ball and then having the wherewithal to tag on a sac fly going first to second base. Gets into scoring position. Freddie double. Andy Paez, a great base hit to right field. It's a relentless offense. It's a relentless ball club, and they again showed it tonight.
Now a chance tomorrow to clinch a 4th consecutive series victory.
Well, they're going to come out. I think they want to swing the bats a little bit better. They were a little lethargic offensively, at least early part of the game. But again, you're coming off a road trip. You get this first one under your belt. Opportunity to win the series in only the second game.
The Dodgers celebrate a Memorial Day victory. We'll see you tomorrow for Game 2 of the series.
Yeah, I mean, that's your job as a starter, is to get through as many innings as possible, take the load off the bullpen, and put up zeros. So it definitely felt good to be out there for 6. I had a couple of pitches I wanted to have back, but yeah, it felt good.
How much lobbying was there to stay out there, especially like the second time Dave and Thomas came out?
Yeah, I mean, I just told them I felt good. They were concerned, I think, but yeah, I felt fine. So good amount of lobbying.
Did you have to do anything different between innings just to keep it loose, or does it feel fine now?
Yeah, the trainers were great. They gave me like a little hot pack or something to keep it, from swelling up, I guess. So yeah, it was fine.
Did it hurt? You didn't even you hardly had a reaction. It's just
yeah, it hurt. But no, it wasn't anything too bad. Like I said, it was just on the meat of the bicep, so it wasn't like caught a bone or anything bad.
When you look at just how you're using your stuff today, the curveball was especially, how it was breaking was excellent. Did it just feel like that's kind of the best that pitch has felt for you so far this season?
Yeah, I think, the game plan was just try to keep him off balance, slow him down, and speed him up. So fastball wasn't obviously the best today, but I think, Will called a great game, and we were able to keep him off balance.
When Emmet Sheehan took that line drive off that bicep-tricep area, Detroit, I think all three of us thought, okay, this is probably going to be his final inning. That thing's going to swell up. It's going to knot up. Next thing you know, he's out there and finishes the 5th inning. He goes the 6th inning, threw the ball really well for 6 innings tonight.
Let's go to the case home, because he showed me mental toughness, because that's a situation, especially how high that ball was hit. I'm glad he didn't lie, because he said it did hurt. It hurt me, but I thought the tunneling today was excellent and making everything look the same. That is a fastball for any lefty that's tough to cover. And right off that fastball, throwing that breaking ball down. As you can see, tunneling. This is what Clayton Kershaw did his whole career, and that's why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But also being able to stay out of the middle of the plate. That's how you do that. There's nothing you can do with that sequence when he's throwing a fastball at 96, 97 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden being able to spin the baseball. That slider right there, you can tell the hitter, hey, slider, homeboy, and he's not going to be able to cover that. mound presence and execution from Emmet Sheehan, excellent job, and that was huge. And I love what he said. Win or lose, my job is to go deep in the game and shorten the game for Dave Roberts and that nasty bullpen, and that's what he did today.
And you know what? He definitely won a lot of points with his teammates in the clubhouse, that pitching staff, especially that bullpen. He could have easily came out of the game. So you know what? 105 miles an hour off my bicep. It's my throwing arm. I don't want to get injured, especially when I go and sit down after this inning. I'm not going to go back out there. He goes back out there and does an incredible job shutting that Rockies team down, only giving up 2 runs in 6 innings pitched, and that's what we call a quality start. Gives depth and allows manager Dave Roberts and pitching coach Mark Pryor to kind of get these guys in the bullpen lined up in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. It is so important to do that, and that's why they've been so successful. Led by the starting staff, providing length into the game, and now we can kind of deploy our pieces. Outstanding job, champion almost said come Emmet Smith. Emmet Sheehan for doing just that. This kid is tough as nails.
Really good outing for him tonight. Dodgers get the win, 8 strikeouts.
Emmet Sheehan is my favorite Emmet.
Dodgers bullpen had a 38 consecutive innings scoreless streak. We knew at some point it was going to end. It wound up ending tonight, D-Train. And Kyle Hurt had also thrown 14 consecutive scoreless innings before Tovar finally touched him up.
You know what? At least it was a solo shot, and they didn't employ. What showed is mental toughness. After that, he refocused. He says, I'm going to get my team back in the dugout. That's tough for a young man, especially when they have the streak. Everybody knows it in the back of their mind. And all of a sudden he says, that's okay. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to start another streak. And Dave Roberts is still going to put him in high leverage situations. Then Alex Vesia, love what I saw from him today as far as mound presence and command. He gets lefties out. He gets righties out. It really does not matter. You know what I see from him this year, especially of late? That slider is better. It has more depth down. It's not this west to east. And he does that whooper-duper and giving up that little hit, but he continues to do soft contact all day long.
Yeah, and Alex Vesia's had a tremendous season. And again, this bullpen has done a great job. And you're going to give up runs. I'm sorry, this is the big leagues. But the job is, you know, the Z-Train at any pitcher is to limit the damage. Right. And that's what this Dodger team has done. Whether starting staff or their bullpen, they've limited the damage. How about Blake Trinan coming in to get that 1 out in the 9th inning to close out the Rock Show? Great movement on a sinker, and how about the movement on that slider? Nasty.
That's what the Blake Trinan we know and love. The depth change down, east to west. That sinker he threw before that pitch set it all up because the hitter has to honor inside and outside, business as usual.
That's Blake Trinan 2024 throughout October. That was the guy that we saw tonight as he picks up his first save of the season. Energy of Kiké Hernández back, Jerry, and also the productivity, his first at-bats of 2026 rocket.
Of course, he leaves the game batting 1,000 with a double and RBI. Again, Kiké Hernández, we know he loves the big stage, loves the moments, and puts us on the board 1-0 early. This is a changeup inner half. Great job of staying inside the baseball and throwing those hands. Just a really good swing. And I also love the swinging butt. Outstanding job knowing that Kiké Jr. is at third base. You got to hit it softly because he's got great hands and a great arm. He's able to get on base with a knock.
That's a line drive in the book. And again, like I said in the pregame show, the defense is going to be there all day long. He's elite at getting jumps off the bat and really putting himself in a really good position to field.
All right, Dodgers get the series opener 5-3 over the Rockies after being... Dodgers get their 18th come-from-behind win of the season, 5-3 over the Rockies. Let's go inside and hear from Dave Roberts with the media.
Yeah, you know, the 7th, I thought, was obviously our best inning. You know, Will leads off with a walk, and then Kim gets a walk, and then right there, you know, Miggy gets behind 0-2 and then gets hit by a slider. So, you know, fortunately, we were kind of victims of good fortune. I think that allowing ourselves to, you know, build that inning, and then we started getting some hits, which was great. It was good to see us show some life tonight early on. Obviously, we had some chances and really couldn't cash in situationally, but the pitching held strong. Emmet getting hit on the tricep, but still going 6 innings was huge. And then the bullpen did what they do.
Clearly fought to stay in, just as you guys were checking on him. What does that just say for a young pitcher like him, and then also how he was able to be efficient on the back end of that?
He was really efficient, and he's just a good competitor. You know, pitchers, our guys right now are starting once every 6 days, and so this was his day, and he wasn't about to come out of that game, and so I gave him every opportunity. Thomas gave him every opportunity, but he wanted to stay in, and we took him at his word. And I thought tonight, I think he realized that he probably didn't have a whole lot of bullets, and so he was on the attack, and I thought Will did a great job with him and sequenced well, and got through 6 innings pretty seamlessly.
Did you see something specifically that prompted the second visit out there with Emmet, or was that just...
I just saw him shaking his arm, after a couple throws, missing wide right, and then kind of shaking the arm. So I just wanted to make sure that, we didn't put him in harm's way.
How did Kiké look?
He looked good. I felt, tonight was good to have him in the game, get him a start. I thought he was going to bring some energy. Just obviously haven't played for a while, so he did bring that. Got a big hit for us. Got another infield hit, so it was good to have him back. Yeah.
Is Rojas okay?
He is okay. He took it off kind of the shin area, but he'll be fine. Just a contusion, but he'll be in there tomorrow.
Some months he's kind of messing around the glove. How close was he to entering the game?
Yeah, we were, because I just didn't know how bad Miggy was, so I wanted to kind of check in on Max to see if he could potentially go out there and stand at third base, and so he was up for it, but fortunately we didn't have to use that.
What do you think?